Welcome to Impact Masters Podcast in collaboration with Africa's Talking Retold Podcast, where every conversation sparks new insights. Join us as we delve into the stories of extraordinary individuals who are shaping our world. Movers and shakers in tech, policymakers, entrepreneurs, entertainers, and all those whose stories are worth telling. Get ready to be inspired, challenged, and transformed. Welcome, and let's embark on this journey of discovery together. Impact Masters Podcast. You can check us out on all social media platforms. You can also find us across all podcast channels. Simply search for Impact Masters, then subscribe, follow, and share. www.impactmasters.io. Here's your host, Michael Kamathi.
3, 2, 1.
Yes. It's another beautiful day. We're blessed to be here. And we are Impact Masters Podcast and Africa's Talking podcasts bring you another awesome guests. We are covering tech ecosystem in Africa. We are telling stories that are never told. And we have an amazing guests who actually we are honored to have today in this sitting because African stories needs to be told by Africans, and we understand the journey and ensure that we are building on that journey to make sure that we are self-sustainable, we are thriving, we are building scalable solutions. And we cannot speak about these without actually covering the people who are movers and shakers. And today, we are blessed to have Daniel Mwangila. Daniel Mwangila has done amazing stuff from the days of Andela to the days of APIs. The dude is like crunching Scala like nobody's business. I think I'm talking to a guru here. So Daniel, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, you good? Yeah, so welcome to the podcast vlog, and it's brought to you courtesy of Africa's Talking. Africa's Talking provides SMS, USSD, airtime, data bundle, among other solutions, including Illyrian, which is a customer data platform. And we ensure we're covering African stories by Africans. And we are building on that to ensure that, tech ecosystem is growing. In partnership with Impact Masters, which is showcasing impact masters across Africa, people, especially in tech, who are building solutions that are scalable, solutions that are solving day-to-day problem. And I think with that said, we'd like to know, who is Daniel? Beside the CV.
I know. So you can just consider me like a software engineer.
Yeah.
Because before I discovered software engineer, I was that guy that was liking. I liked looking at complicated problems.
Yes.
Like I liked understanding complicated problems and find a better way of simplifying them. Right?
Yes.
So during the days when I was still in secondary school, I usually saw my sister doing computer science because both of my sisters did computer science. So one day I just checked the content my sister was given in the university. It was some PHP, Java code they were doing during that semester. So since I like the complicated stuff, my sister actually challenged me. She was like, okay, since you think like you're a genius, try at least.
No, dude, you're a genius. You're a genius. But before we go to your sister and computer science, where are you born, Daniel?
I'm actually Tanzanian.
Yes.
Born and raised.
Which village is that?
So I was born in Itigi.
Itigi.
In Manyoni.
Where is that? I've never heard of that name
actually
before.
It's in the region is Singida.
Singida.
Yeah, because like most people that are outside Tanzania only know two places,
which
is Arusha and Dar es Salaam. And also Zanzibar. But some of us who are in the maybe a couple would know about Dodoma. So
Dodoma is familiar because now it's the capital city.
So I'm from Singida, which is part of central Tanzania.
Now I get what you're talking about. At least I have an idea because,
So it's like where I live is like 4 hours from Dodoma. So usually it's like we are being overlooked, but what can we do? That's why we are out here trying to make a change.
Yeah.
Because every person that I've met in Rwanda is like, are you from Dar es Salaam? And the funny thing is, I've never been to Dar es Salaam.
Yeah.
Even once in my life.
In your life?
Yeah.
How have you survived, Chief?
My friend. The first big city I had been to was Mbeya City.
Mbeya.
And from Mbeya City was straight to Kigali.
So. Yeah. So you went to your is it Kidudu or Vidudu? Vidudu at Siginda.
Kindergarten, yeah.
Ah, nice.
We have a great school called Urafiki.
Is it a public school?
No, it's a private one.
Private school.
Yeah.
So that's why you went for your Vidudu. Vidudu is like primary or kindergarten or nursery. You know, when you hear someone say in Africa kindergarten, that's a cool kid. Yeah, so Chief, you went to kindergarten.
But anyway, after that one, I went straight to government schools, which I went to Itigi Primary School. I did there from first year to primary 6, what they say. And from there, I just switched schools. I went to Pentagon.
Why did you switch?
So my mom is a teacher. So she actually transferred when I reached to primary 6. So I had to go with her.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes as kids of teachers, you have to go with your parents.
Oh, because of a transfer.
Yeah, most of the time the parents would like to take the kids.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you find that there's like once they leave, they feel like you'll be bullied by other teachers or other students.
Yeah.
So they have to keep a close eye on you. So when my mom transferred,
you transfer with her. Okay, fair enough. And this is you transferred in class 6?
Yeah, P6.
P6, primary 6. Yeah.
Actually, our system I think is a little bit different from Kenya. And Rwanda.
Kenya is class. So
it was P6. So once I went to Pentagon, I did P6 and P7. Then I graduated from there and went to St. Carora's Secondary School, which is a private school. Yeah. Great school, actually.
Yeah. St. Carora, is it a Catholic school?
Yeah, it's a Catholic school.
Yeah. So this one now you finished your primary.
Yeah.
And do you do all the subject, or do you have to select some as you almost graduating?
When I was studying at so in primary, you do I think it was 9 subjects.
9 subjects.
Yeah. Once you do the 9 subjects, you do even the national examination on the 9 subjects. I can say like my academic career was not as if it was lacking. I was good.
Yeah, you were good with the numbers, with the literature. So you didn't struggle to get what is being taught.
Yeah, like for me it was normal stuff.
Did your parent being a teacher help, or you're just smart?
I'm just like one of those guys that, so the history with me and academics was like when I was doing primary 1 to 4, I was just an average performing student.
Yeah.
Right? But later on, my mom was like, okay, you're my kid, right? So at least you have certain standards you have to meet.
Yeah.
Okay. And my father actually told me the same thing. Like, you cannot keep on with these grades because you're basically embarrassing your mom.
Yeah.
So from once I had that conversation, it actually hit me. So I started actually studying harder.
You started putting your best foot forward.
Yeah. So from primary 4 to up to I finish, I was like, top 10, you'll always find me around 1 to 5. Basically, 1 to 5 is big. I was actually, since then, I was like the 4th one time, which was when I moved to the new school, Pentagon. They were like smarter guys. Like there were people actually putting in the work.
And you are asking yourself, I came from number 1, now I'm number 4. That was frustrating.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
They actually needed to give me and I didn't have what we call time to adapt, so I had to adapt it real quick. And I only had 2 years. And in primary 7, you can't, it was the final year. So I was more focused on my national examination and making sure that I pass all my mocks, my districts, whatever.
Nice. So it was an experience for you because either way you're not struggling, your mom is a teacher and they were not pressurizing you to perform. They knew your potential. And beyond that, were you a playful kid? Were you engaged in activities?
Yeah.
Which activities?
So when you meet me, I'm like I'm very sociable. Like, so most of the time,
sociable as in you want to talk to people or making trouble.
It depends on how you look at it, because I could actually talk to anyone and anyone who felt comfortable talking to me. So I had like a lot of friends.
Okay.
And my mom was like so my mom was a teacher since 1983. So all she knows is classroom and how to treat students. So you find she even takes that mentality back home. So, and I had like a lot of friends. So whenever they come to my house, my mom will be like the way she is, she'll be like one of those people that are serious and shouting. But if you're not used to her, you'll feel as if she wants to like spank you or something. So people were like really afraid at coming to my crib. So usually whenever I finish all my tasks at home, I will just go play football, or just go work with a friend somewhere, or just join someone if he or she wants to start. I will just join in and start with them. That's basically me.
So that was your childhood growing up. So did you play the games or no?
I used to play football.
Oh, football?
Like a lot of football.
So a typical boy childhood, Were you good at it?
I can't say I was good at football that much.
But which position?
So usually, since I was a big guy, since I was a young kid, they always put me like a center back.
Is it next to the defender? After the defender, now the guy who distributes the football.
And sometimes I usually play like a defender.
Okay.
So those were usually my positions.
Nice. Do you still play football? Or now there is not much time.
You have seen the body.
Hey.
Relaxation.
Do you say? So I mean, now you graduate from primary school, you do really well according to how you describe your positions, and you join.
So I go to a private school. Although I had actually, so the government actually takes like those kids that have performed well in special school. So for me, secondary school choices it was not a big thing. Okay? Because I was already selected to go to a good school. But my parents wanted me to go to a private school because my sisters also have been to a private school. And most of my brothers studied in private schools. So they saw that the private school ecosystem is much better for me. So they took me to a private school.
So which private school is this?
It is St. Carola's, which is in Misuna, Singida.
So it's not far away from home, though.
Because I'm not from this. They say the city. I'm like basically in the suburbs, if you can say that, or in the district areas, right? So it was like a 2 hour.
2 hour drive.
It was like 2 to 3 hour
drive
on a bus. Go there. Once you go there, it was a boarding school.
Oh, so you stay there for a couple of months, and then once you have a break, you go back home. Nice. So how was boarding school for you? Did you get bullied or something? That is high school, right?
Like if there's one thing about me, I'm not easily bullied. Because I'm like the big guy.
If there's bullying involved, you're on the other side of the bullying.
Some people can call me a bully. Because I'm one of those people when things are not going and I'm like a bit a stickler for the rules. So sometimes if you see that people are not like going on a straight line, it's because if you get into trouble, I also get into trouble.
But also you do it from the point of like it can be done better. Okay. It's not like you want someone to feel down and all that. Did you bully some guys who are joining Form 1? Is there Form 1 there or?
We have Form 1 to Form.
Did you bully them?
I can't say it's like bullying because I remember when I reached Form 3 to Form 4, I was a prefect, food prefect, and I was very strict because like when I just got the job, and I didn't expect to get the job because the first year. So the first year, my performance was okay. But second year, I went through a phase. Those were just during adolescence time. So I went through some troubles. Like it reached the time that even the headmistress was like, now you're becoming too much.
Did you get suspended? Did you get expelled?
Yeah, when I was actually in Form 1, we actually, the whole class, all the boys got suspended.
What did you guys do? Did you ban the school?
Actually, so the reason was like our quotas were not like up to par. They were not that clear. They got fed up. They were like, okay, pack your shit and go home.
Yeah.
So when we went back home, now my mom always finds this small stuff like weird. Why are you home? What did you do? When I tell her this is what we were told, that we were not keeping our quotas clean.
So you're not doing you're not taking care of the responsibilities that you're supposed to.
Because like when you start when you're at St. Carola's, there is something we call duties, where it's like you are given a certain plot of land, or you are given to take care of the hostels that you sleep, right?
Yeah.
Because like when you wake up, first thing in the morning, when you wake up, you have to make your bed. Bed has to look proper. You have to organize your locker. You have to maybe, let's say, take shower. And if you have they're giving you a small plot of flowers you need to
take care of
water, then you have to do that.
Yeah.
Now, when you're not doing that, that's where we talk about punishment. You miss some classes because you have to go and do it.
Yeah.
So if you are one of those guys that likes studying and you don't want to miss certain subjects, it was really actually taking a hit on you. Taking a hit on your performance.
Yeah.
Now you find there's that time where you find that the teachers are, like every teacher is on your case until it's like,
now you have to go home and decide what you want to do.
Yeah, you need to refresh.
Refresh.
Yeah, so they kicked us. Then for like a week, then we came back, all of us.
Yeah.
They accepted us back. Then everyone was like in the fold.
Yeah.
Like everyone understood what is supposed to happen.
You knew there is no joking around here. You have to do your duties.
Yeah, you have to do your duty. But now when I went for Form 2, like I had a lot of I don't know what happened. I think that year was not my year because I was always getting into trouble.
Yeah.
I was everywhere getting into trouble.
Yeah.
Got punished by teachers.
Did you sneak out of school?
Nah, I never did that stuff. I'm one of those good kids. Like you find
but how did you get into trouble?
I'm just a victim of circumstance.
every other person, even in jail, you go to prison and ask those prisoners, what did you do to get here? Or to get 10 years or 5 years? I'm a victim of circumstances. So no one considers themselves, being on the wrong.
Yeah. Well, for me,
what did you do?
There are sometimes I could admit that I was.
Besides absconding duty, what else did you do?
St. Carola's was an English medium school, so you're supposed to speak English.
Oh, I see.
Dream in English. Like you're supposed to be British when you enter those games, right?
And that was
you
troublesome.
Find sometime like you're talking to someone, you feel like you're not getting the proper vocabulary. So you just switch back to Swahili. Easiest thing you know.
Yeah.
Now,
if you're caught.
Before I joined the power, I hated the power. The powers were everywhere.
Was a way of escaping all this trouble.
Like you find someone, he names you and something, and sometimes when somebody writes your name, you try to threaten them a little bit, like, yo, I will kick your ass or something. Now, once you do that, this person, remember we are all kids there, right? So you find that person will go and tell the
head teacher or their class
teacher. You find someone is genuinely afraid and they will tell the teacher and whatever.
And you're just trying to scare them away.
Yeah, because sometimes like you found like in 1 month, I'm like the typical Swahili speaker and I'm like, but I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the problem? Why am I always here?
Yeah.
Like I felt somebody was like on my case, even on days.
Yeah.
I didn't speak a lick of Swahili. I was like, the next day I was there. I was like, is this guy trying to fill a quota or something? So actually the teachers got fed up.
Yeah.
I went through I was always getting in trouble with teachers. Even my performance went to
But do you think people should be forced to speak, English, Because I don't think that in US or UK or English-speaking languages, people are forced to speak Swahili. Even that, I don't think even they're forced to speak the English itself.
Says he's a Kenyan.
Yeah?
You guys at least, even if you're a ghetto guy, know a lick of English. We, in TZ, we have like too many tribes.
Yeah.
You find someone who grew up around speaking his vernacular language since he was like 3 years old.
Yeah.
Then he goes to school, he learns Swahili. Remember?
Yeah.
No one liked English. No one liked Swahili. So no one was actually speaking Swahili or English.
Yeah.
And remember, this is a public school.
Yeah.
No one speaks it. So when you go to an English school, they try to create that as your new norm. Like even in a situation in the future, like if you're put in a situation where you're supposed to speak English, you are able to speak.
Yeah.
Right?
So it's a good thing, you would say.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Also, like I'm seeing it now because I've been through the process and I've done and I've seen the benefits of it.
Yeah.
But
the people who can't speak English, how much they are disadvantaged in the ecosystem.
Yeah. But if you came to me during that time,
like I passed my exams. What was the problem with you people? But do you think being smart also? Because also I find it really that most smart people always get in trouble. I don't know if it's because they're smart and they are bored and they want to do something different.
Victim of circumstances.
Or smart people are victim of circumstances. Yeah,
you find it. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
The way, from my experience, the way I grew up, no one liked a smart guy. No one ask a lot. No one liked a smart guy. So in order, if you know you're smart and you know a lot of things, you have to dumb it down to the level that at least people can come to you, can have a conversation, a normal conversation where the other person is not feeling as if he's less than you.
I see. And that's really killing your brain.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, if you are too smart, you find yourself you only have 2 or 3 friends. You can have a conversation about certain stuff.
Oh, psychologically, is that why most smart people are introverts?
Yeah, for sure.
Just trying to avoid all this.
Because it reaches a time if you know something to be true and you're telling someone this is true and that person does not accept it, you have to take too much energy to just convince this individual this is true. And this person is still saying, no, why would I be around you?
Yeah.
Because I'm already stressed just trying to convince you that this is true.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get it. So in high school, you just survived. From Form 3 now, you got serious.
I never did high school, actually. I never did high school. So, because
Wait a minute. When I say high school, you'll forgive me for mixing things up. Yeah. I know there is O-level, A-level, then high school. A-level is in high school, right?
Yeah.
And then there is university or technical colleges, right?
Yeah, but technical colleges, you can even move from O-level to technical
college. Okay.
That's the route.
So when you say in Kenya, when you say high school, you just mean secondary school.
Yeah.
So you can correct me anytime I mix both. But you went to O-levels.
Yeah.
So that's where you are Form 1, Form 2?
Yeah. So Form 1, Form 2, I had a lot of problems. Then it reached the time it just clicked. Be invisible. Say less. Be that, that guy that just shows up, does his thing. I disappeared.
You are there, but you're not visible.
I swear to God, even the next time the headmistress saw me, it's like, I didn't kick you out of school.
You mean that's what the headmistress disappeared?
The only time a teacher could have seen any mention of my name is when they received my exercise book for marking. Because I was that good.
How did you manage that?
Be a ghost. Say less.
Say less.
Say less.
Yeah.
Do make sure you follow at least even if you can't do 100%.
Yeah.
Make sure you do at least 80% of all school rules.
Requirements. Yeah. And don't make trouble. And no one will know you exist.
Don't associate too much.
Yeah.
Only associate in closed areas with people that you know.
Yeah.
No one will snitch.
That sounds like a cartel business.
I'm telling you, people were looking. There was a time people were once I started being a ghost.
Yeah.
prefix didn't have a common name. You will find like when you go to sleep at night that because we had those night preps or whatever. So once you are done there, you go to sleep.
Yeah.
When you are preparing yourself to sleep, you find the prefix is moving in there.
Yeah.
In those windows, trying to find people speak Swahili. So I was 100% English all day. I even dreamt in the thought in English.
And what made you make a switch? Or you realize that this is serious and
it's not beneficial because to the end of the day, you go back, you bring bad results to your parents. Your parents are like, but you used to be smart. That's the statement that I hate the most.
Yeah.
If you're smart, you're always smart.
Yes. There's no way you used to be.
If academics sometimes can never show that.
Yeah.
But if you're smart, you're always smart.
Yeah. Can you repeat that? Because that's very powerful.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. If you're smart, you're always smart.
Yeah.
Because like people like to tie smartness to academics, which is no.
Which measures theory and ability to cram and regurgitate what you have.
Yeah, like a dude can walk out of the streets, come here. If he knows how to read, he can claim like cram all the material.
Yeah.
To the point where if you ask him a question, he answers, and you call that guy smart. But in the end, like for smart people, it just reaches a time you are just off the book. So your mind is somewhere else. You're trying to figure out something else.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can't measure that. You can't test that.
Yeah.
Because now that's when you're able to create something new.
That's why they have IQs.
So IQ is a proper measure of smartness?
To some point.
Yeah.
But,
what is your IQ, Chief?
I've never tested, man.
Okay.
I'll end up being embarrassed that you have an IQ of 85 while you think in your brain you are like, you think you are this genius.
You should try it maybe off, it's what? Under the table, for your own discretion.
The way I like to praise myself, if I get like 100 and something, people won't sleep.
People won't sleep.
People won't sleep. So that's why I try to humble myself by not doing
but you're good. I mean, the guys I've had talk about you, they talk positively and in high regard of what you do and how you do it. So, and actually talk more about that as you go on. So
if there's one thing I can say about being around me, I like to make an impression. Like anyone out there, like sometimes you cannot be that guy that is always on the spotlight.
Yes.
But when you get to the spotlight, you have to make sure that you make an
it counts. Yeah.
It's like so what we can let's call it like a callback effect.
Yeah. Now you're coding, Okay.
You won't see it now. You won't see it now. But later on when you are chilling, it just hits you. But that guy was funny. That guy was smart.
He didn't look really smart, but what is this?
But that's what I'm looking for, actually.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense.
That's what I usually look for.
Yeah. So you're this guy who you like people to perceive you like another ordinary guy, but deep down if things needs to get done, you get things get done.
Yeah, that's the way I like it.
Yeah.
Because like at the end of the day, you have to be able to have a conversation with everyone. Right?
Yeah.
Because the mission is not just to have a conversation with other smart people or other people at your level. The mission is to have a conversation with everyone.
Yeah, true.
So when I was growing up, like I had friends that were smart. I had friends that were
average,
and I had friends that
low average.
Not low average, they were just dumb.
Okay.
Because like, let's be honest.
It's really hard to say someone is dumb.
Let me just say something.
They don't believe they say no one is dumb.
Let me tell you something. There's a guy, there's a friend you just know. You just know this guy.
Daniel.
I'm sorry to say it, but there's just that guy that whenever you meet that dude, you're like, I can't tell him nothing. It's like one of these
you can't understand
stones,
anything.
Like it's one of these stones that is very fixed. So you have to start speaking stone language so they can understand.
Which is stone language?
It's like okay, if someone, let's say, if you meet someone, is like Benzema is the guy. You can't even tell him about Messi. You can't tell him about anything. You just have to praise Benzema because you still need to have a conversation with this guy because at the end of the day, everyone is useful in his own way and everyone adds something in your life.
Yeah.
So even those guys that I didn't consider as below average, they had something to offer.
True. Everyone is here for a specific purpose. Yeah. And that's why I like what you're saying. You should not underwrite anyone at any level. And everyone is important. If you're not important, maybe you're dead or something. I don't know, because beyond this, God has a plan for each and every person who is alive. And even those who are dead, I think they serve their purpose in one way or the other, or maybe people learn something through, them living. So, but I get what you're saying. Yes, and maybe we need more research on like how do we measure people purpose instead of people smartness or IQ, because if you're able to do that, then you're able to maximize each and every person's potential in a positive way. Yeah. Because think about it. The guys maybe we say they're not so learned or they're not so smart. They help with other things that are really good. And I'll give you an example. Okay. So I think you've gone where there is these flowers which are well cut, well shaped. Yeah. Have you ever asked yourself, who did that work? Yeah. And if you think about that person, you would know that person for someone maybe who could not really do anything important. But if you are given that work yourself, do you know you could do it really badly?
I know.
And I'm telling you this because I've ever tried to do that work practically, but I was doing community work.
Yeah, but for me, I will do it good.
You?
Because so if there's one thing I like about studying at St. Carola's, it's like they give us like the duties and the tasks that you work on. In a real sense, you can even apply in real life. So we were also cutting our own fences. We were also cutting our own glasses and everything.
And shape it like someone's hair.
Yeah.
Where it's level.
My friend, there were some guys, they were so good. Like even if you work with them, this job is going to come out real nice.
And that's day one, the first time you did that job.
And actually, when we started doing that job, you have to actually have like a senior guy in like Form 2 or Form 3 or Form 4 to show you how they do it. And you find those guys also were shown by another guy that previously has already graduated.
Yeah, and how long did that take you to get used to like doing it?
So usually during the rainy season, we do that at least 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 or 4 times.
So it would take you like a year to like be good. Yeah. So do you know what I've learned from those two things? Yeah. Number one, you need apprenticeship where you can see how things are done, do them. Number two, don't underwrite someone because of it. Even me, if I did it enough time, I could be good, I'm sure. Yeah.
Because practice makes perfect.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like the more you do something, the more you discover something new.
Yes. Right? And the more you know how much you don't know and you can work on that. Yeah.
That's how it is.
Yeah. I mean, so where you're wondering why are you talking about cutting fences. So where I'm driving with this is that did you start coding at that point, or when did you get interested in computers?
I was actually, so let me tell you a funny story.
Please.
The first computer I saw, my father didn't grow up around computers, but he was like that electronics guy I knew. Right?
Yeah.
Like this dope electrical engineer, dope biomedical guy. So he was a dope plumber. So my father was a jack of, like, when it comes to engineering, he was that guy that you call.
So he was more practical and hands-on.
Yeah. And he even passed it on to me. I did some electrical stuff when I was young. I did even some electronics, like fixing radios, creating subwoofers and all amplifiers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But the first time my father showed me a computer, he showed me a computer from, I think back in the days, like 1970 something. It was like the CRT. It was a CRT screen that was like green. No one knew anything. I was looking at it. I was like, I can't even go to the internet with it.
Right? So you're wondering, what is this black box?
But when I went to Form 1, like in secondary school, someone took me to the internet cave. Then they started showing me website after website. You go here. This is Facebook. This is Google. This is an email. This is this. The more they showed me, the more interested they got. There were like infinity possibilities. There are like millions of websites that you can discover. So you know what? I started when I was in school. Whenever I pick up like a piece of, they say soap, I just look for a www. something. So at least I can go and Google it.
Yeah.
Because that was my thing now.
If they don't have a website, you're like, who are these guys?
I feel like I lost, like every time I went to let's say, because we usually at the end of the month.
At what age were you, or which class?
I was like 14 at this time. I was like in Form 1.
Nice.
So like whenever I went out of school, I usually just go and have a list. Okay, I have to go and check this website.
So if you see a brand, you write that name down.
Yeah. And
you see, say someone has come with Blue Band. Yeah. Okay, it is free market.
That's where now I started looking at different designs. Like this website is layered like this, makes me feel good. This website is like mistakes. It does not feel any good.
So that kind of design tickled your mind over time.
Yeah, it was like, because it reached the time where you see a website, you like this website, it has the content that you want, but it doesn't look like the previous website that you looked at.
Yeah.
So I was like, how can you improve this one to look like this one?
Yeah.
That's the thing that started tickling my head.
Yeah.
Now, when I was in Form 3, right?
Yeah.
My sister was doing computer science.
Yes.
And I got like my father actually gave me like a laptop that had a broken screen, but it had we connected it to a CRT screen, because back then, like where I come from, flat screens came at, was it 2012, 2013? That's when people started using flat screen. Yeah. So we are using a CRT.
Yeah.
Then when I was like, I started like looking at the content my sister was like having. Yeah. Because he said, okay, if you want to do that, you should learn something like Java or PHP. So I actually got hooked. Yeah. But I didn't work on it until I was.
And you're still in Form 1?
Yeah, I'm still in Form 1.
Yeah.
So I looked at the content, but I didn't know where to start.
Yeah.
And my sister just showed me basically the slide sheets and all that.
The Hello World.
Yeah. I saw the Hello World, I saw some scribblings and whatever, but I didn't put too much effort on it. Yeah. I just continued being that guy that checks different websites and check the difference, right? Yeah. Yeah. But when I was in Form 3, I actually decided to do it. I just installed that Java application, right? Yeah. Installed Java, install an editor, wrote that thing that I saw on the slide. Yeah. Then it gave me a feedback. I was like,
wow, this is amazing.
This is the shit.
Yeah.
Then I wrote a PHP code.
You started learning with Java?
I started with Java.
And then you, come on now.
This way, just say words.
Come on now, Daniel.
I'm telling you, my guy.
You're letting the tribe down. How do you learn? You see how Java is cool, and then you go and build something in PHP.
Let me tell you something. Yeah. My relationship with Java is somehow weird. Yeah. I can't write Java. I can't read Java. Yeah. But if you come to me and tell me do Spring Boot, I will tell you I don't know Spring Boot. Yeah. Give me 1 week. How do you do your Spring Boot project? Yeah. But I'm not that guy that writes Java.
You don't say, I'm a Java developer. Why? Yeah. Is it because of the syntax or?
I think because I didn't have much work with it.
So it's not a day-to-day tool that you would use. Yeah.
And boilerplates, wrappers, classes.
It's too much work.
Someone is building an interface. Because but I can say my TypeScript skills are more attributed to Java, because when I was writing Java, you find like you do all the interfaces, you do the wrappers, you do the builders, you do everything. So you have that certain object-oriented mindset when you're doing stuff. Yeah. So that one later. So when I wrote my first Java code, compiled it, it was running. Very happy. Yeah. My sister looked at it, it's just a hello world. There's nothing magical about this.
And what does she say?
But she was happy that I could do it. Then she knew that I can't do complicated stuff. Yeah. So to them, they saw like, okay, if this guy can do this stuff, then it means basically you have either an engineer or a doctor in the future. So people started making plans for me. But in my head, there was when I was in Form 3, Form 4, I had this rebellious mindset that I wanted to go and do arts. Become like an
artist,
an author or something.
Do you have girlfriends when you're in high school? At that point?
Didn't have.
So you wanted to be this popular guy who is well known. Do you think that influenced you, or is just being rebellious?
I think so for me, when I was in secondary school, that was the time that I was going through my adolescence. So I went through all that bullshit when I was in secondary school. So,
yeah. What inspired you to be like, I want to be an artist?
Actually, back in the day, I used to write. So I had this girl I had a crush on, right?
I see. I knew a girl has to be involved, huh?
Life goes on.
I knew, like, you someone goes all the way.
Yeah, like, you know, like back in the days, you don't know your wants and needs.
Right? Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So back in the days, I was like, I had this like crazy crush. Remember, like, but that is when I didn't even have the become a prefect or something. I believe if I didn't become a prefect, maybe she could have seen me in a different light, right?
Like a leader or something.
Yeah, because when I became a prefect, I was a Hitler. I mean, because for me, I was like a Hitler guy. Like, when I say you don't speak, you don't speak.
Allah?
You're that? You remember I already had the issues with the powers. So when I got to the powers,
you misused them.
I did not misuse them. I used them perfectly to make the school look nice. The school, not the students. The students were like, to hell with you. The teachers were like, keep on doing that. So I was like,
aligning with the power.
Yeah. So this girl like turned me down. So back then I was always in the blue. Then one day I was like, let me write a poem. Papa. Wrote a poem, pass it around.
Was it in Swahili or English?
English.
Okay.
You know, I was dreaming, thinking.
Oh, in English. Oh, but yeah, you said that, yes.
The only time I switched back to Swahili was when we were doing the Swahili subject, right?
Yes.
So, okay. Wrote the poem. One of my friends saw it and was like, this is really good. Another friend saw it.
So you had a reviewer?
Yeah, later on I had a guy that was a senior, was in like Form 4. That guy was actually looking at my material and he was like, yo, you have a talent for this.
For writing and putting words together.
Because it reached the time I wrote like, when I was in secondary school, I wrote nearly 30, 35, even 50 poems.
The whole year?
Now, you find like... So you find when I get inspiration, you just find me with a pencil.
Nice.
Writing down. I even started writing an amateur novel. Now that novel, the first one I wrote, everyone was like, "This is a shit," and someone stole it. So that's when it clicked in my head. This is the future.
You need to be a writer. You need to be an artist.
Yeah, this is
so. This girl, when you wrote the poem, did you send it to her or did you pass it to her?
She heard that I wrote poems, but this girl already hated my guts.
So it was just all in vain, huh?
Like she saw like this is like this. Like the way she saw me is like this persistent fool that doesn't know how to give up. So,
and then,
but you find now the friends of hers they're like around. Oh, you will get that. That. We went to the
force up.
No more bullshit.
And you know, it's very interesting to know that good engineers, by the way, they have this thing that either their heart was broken, or someone didn't like them that much, and then they focused all that energy into learning something new.
Actually, for me, the funny story is, I'm a likable person, but not most girls don't like me.
Yes.
My personality is like, I have what we call a direct mentality. I don't like to, there's those like you hide between words, minimize. No. When I was around my parents, they give it to you the way it is.
Yes.
And that's the same mentality.
Because it's true love, yeah.
That's the same mentality I grew up with. So I give it to you the way it is.
Yeah. So, but ladies don't like that. Yeah, mostly ladies don't. Maybe they are wired different, I don't know, but they can speak for themselves. Because when I came to Kigali, by the way, we had this conversation and there was a lady there and she, I don't know, maybe it was a plausible deniability kind of approach, whereby she said, no, we like it to be told the way it is. But even when you're told the way it is, are you ready to take it? Because sometimes truth is not that nice, right?
Actually, the truth can make you sleep different.
Yeah.
Because I remember I had, like, during the time I had a crush on this chick and trying to get her. I remember when I was in Form 4 now, the final year.
Yeah.
My guy, I had poor performance I've ever seen in my career as an academic guy.
Did Did you perform really bad?
Like really bad.
Because of that?
I had a lot of stress.
Rejection, yeah.
There's rejection, there's leadership. As a teacher, at the time I was like, in my mind, so the way I'm wired is when things get tough, I chill, relax. Don't try to solve something until you basically get depressed that ain't solving anything. So I think when I was in a final year, I got relaxed. And when I got relaxed, that's when the grades went down. I tried to get them back by all effort. They went down. Then the funny story is, in a final year, I got 2 suspensions consecutive.
And you are still a prefect?
Yeah.
What did you do?
My guy. No more drama.
Which drama is this?
There's the drama with the chick. There's other drama that I remember when the headmistress went away with the school. So they usually went for prayers. There's a place called the Kimbo, if I'm not mistaken. So when they go there for prayers each year, the sisters because they were nuns, okay. So the nun that was remaining actually gave the whole school punishment, and I was supposed to, as a prefect, I was supposed to take charge in the to see people do the punishment, huh? Yeah, but in form of final year after everyone got used to me about my punishments and everything. Yeah, because I actually had conversation with some people. Yeah, and they understood where I was coming from. Yeah, why I was so strict on certain aspects. Because if I was not strict to them, they would be strict to me. True. So I cannot fall into the same problems I had when I was in Form 1, Form 2. Yeah. Because I cannot be another victim of circumstance. Well, I know I have the power to stop it. Yeah. Yeah. So some of them got really cool. And even when they were doing that punishment, I was really cool with the guys. Yeah. Just do your work. Once you do your work, I have no problem with you. Yeah. But now, she was looking for me everywhere. Then it reached the stage, she was looking for me, then I went and hide because I was already tired. Imagine.
Why was she looking for you?
Because she needed to give me more responsibilities, go and do other stuff.
Why couldn't she do it herself?
Actually, she was old. Come on. She was okay. I think she was in her 60s or 70s.
Oh, okay, I get it, yeah. So she wanted to delegate some of that to the prefect.
Now I was moving around. She was looking at me.
Dodging.
I was dodging her. But later on, when the headmistress was back, when she told the headmistress, because I was a food prefect, so I had a second in charge, the guy who had the keys to the dining hall, got kicked out.
Why?
Because the other guy was also doing so the first guy that I was working with, that dude was an entrepreneur. Even today, that dude is an entrepreneur to the core. This guy was buying biscuits of 3K, and due to scarcity inside his school, this guy was selling a piece 500.
What? Tanzanian shillings?
Yeah, so the guy was making money, making dough. Yeah. They caught him.
And it was illegal.
Because he's smuggling the content.
Yeah. And do you know, when I think about, by the way, I've done a lot of business in high school. When I think about that experience, because we had a canteen, of course, and different clubs ran the canteen, is that these are some of the things that we need to encourage, but now formalize them in a way that they don't create chaos, and they don't ride you away from your main responsibility, which is school. But because these things actually happen, it's just that we try to avoid them and assume that they're not happening. They do happen. But now people go even to an extent of selling drugs, and all that, because it's an illegal process. Yeah. So your dude was an entrepreneur. Up to today, he sells stuff.
Nowadays I think nowadays he does forex, and he has a couple
forex trading.
What I did, he had did the forex trading, because even there was a time when I finished university, I was also doing forex. I'm still a forex trader by heart. Even today, you put me on a screen, show me a chart, I will still make some money.
Are you good in math?
Mathematics, I'm good, really good. I'm just lazy.
What do you mean lazy?
I just need to be in a certain mood.
But all engineers are lazy. You know that?
Now for me, it's I actually lost love for math when I was in Form 3, Form 4. I just lost the love for it.
Why?
Because I had issues with the teacher.
Oh, the teacher. Okay.
Okay, so there's this event that we are hosting at school. Yeah. A sporting event. My guy, I was always in the losing team. And there were some fouls that the teacher was calling out. I was sitting there, the mistress is there. This is sports.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to say some shit.
Yes.
So I will stand up, I will have a conversation with the teacher. The teacher always hated my guts.
So it's the way, footballers are pointed out, and now you like, no, that's...
I'm a bad loser, actually. I'm a bad loser. Now, in secondary school, I was doing basketball, and I was really good at it.
Yeah.
Not Michael Jordan good, but I was good at it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now you find like I was good in volleyball, I was good in basketball. Handball is an if. Football is an if.
Yeah.
Because I already stopped playing football.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So now, every year, I lost. Now, the first year, I took double L's. I lost on the sporting event, and we also had a literature day, like English day, where we act out the favorite books that we are going to read on Form 3 and Form 4.
Yeah.
So we read them, we create what we call a theater production of that book. So people were acting, because they were doing that to keep the students interested.
Yes. So in Kenya, we call it drama festivals, where you have plays, you have choral verses, solo verses. We have things to do with
like
essays, and also there's traditional dancing and songs.
Yours was more advanced.
Yeah.
So for us, it was about essays, songs, about the theme of that year.
Yeah.
We had books that we are supposed to act. Now the first year, double L, lost the sporting event, lost the drama fest.
Yeah.
Second year, I came in like when I came back, I was like, I can't be a loser all the time.
Yeah.
We took the drama, but still took a loss.
Yeah.
Third year, the same thing. Took the drama, took an L at the sport. Fourth year, we had a revolution. Like, I was involved in all the steps. Like, we really did good. And they still screwed us.
Yeah. Do you think you guys were really...
I think I had a curse because I never won.
Any team you join, it had to lose.
Now, in the third year, at least we moved from the last position to the third position. And they still screwed us. We are still the first position.
You could not proceed to...
I got like that thing pissed me off.
Yeah.
Like, really pissed me off.
Maybe God tried to communicate to you that, you know what, artistic is not your line of business.
Nah, actually, in the arts, I was a solid dude. Like, first, I think I only lost the first year, and I was in second position the last year. But in the middle, I was the first guy. We were always the first.
Yeah.
Because we put in the work.
Yeah.
The acting was impeccable.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, Mwangila. So, which role do you think artistic work plays in engineering? Because I'm here to meet an engineer who is not an artist.
Oh.
Or who is not interested in artistic work.
Like, seriously, every software developer has a hobby related to art. You will find there, because I knew some developers that can sing really nice.
Yeah.
I knew there are some developers that can play the guitar. I know developers that can write books.
Yeah.
So it's a part of, because like if to be a developer, you are a little bit flexible because you can do other stuff, you can do other hobbies.
Yeah.
Because as developers, we are like, all developers are nerds. And as nerds, we are like...
Wired differently.
Yeah, we wired different. Because like, imagine when I was at Andela, I had the best conversations I had since like, I've ever had since I was young. Because when I was young, you find a smart guy like... either in school, or you find a smart guy, maybe someone from the university you had a conversation with when he came back to holidays the same time as you.
Yeah.
Those were the times that I had a good conversation about topics that I was passionate about.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So when I was a developer, you had those conversations that you're passionate about.
Yeah.
Like, because like most developers, you'll be like typical stuff, music, movies.
Yeah.
You find some form of art as you write something like I said.
Do you have DJs there at Andela Kigali? Or
yeah. There's a DJ.
Yeah.
I remember I worked with someone, Christian. He was called Christian Jabiro. That guy is a DJ.
I think I know Christian Jabiro. He's here in Kigali.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I met him last year.
We're in the same cohort, actually.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, nice. So, you finish high school, you don't go to university.
Yeah.
So why? Why did you not go to the university?
Yeah.
Did you not pass? Oh, you said in 4th year
Let me tell you something.
You failed terribly.
As a developer, you have to believe in the try catch.
Wait a minute.
Block.
Hold your thought. There's something I meant to ask you. So all this time you're getting in trouble writing poem, you're still coding behind the scene.
Like behind the scene, I did less code, but I did a lot of CMDs.
With the computer schools or back at home?
Back at home.
Okay.
I did a lot of CMD scripts.
Okay. And it was fascinating for you to see this CMD doing magic to the computer.
I remember I had this, what they call it. Call it, when you write a CMD that opens up application all the time. I think they call it like a BOM or something. I remember I wrote this script and I sent it to one of my friends that had a computer.
Yeah.
I cloned it in such a way it looked like a Mozilla program.
So you wanted to be a hacker or you became a hacker at some point?
No, those were the small joys I could do at the knowledge I had back in the days. So when this guy clicked on it, it opened the computers until the machine crashed. This guy saw me like a god. Like,
hey, what did you do?
You see? Small stuff like those small victories made sense to me.
And you're still in high school?
And I'm still in high school.
Wow. And so even...
the issue is when a smart person or anyone has something that he likes, and whenever he does it, he's happy. You find you put more effort into that. Right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying like my grades were trash, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that I was not studying, because I also liked studying. Because when you study, I always liked learning new stuff. It's like when the examination comes, I just had this some sort of like imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
I was like, in my head, you are like, you have already lost the glory.
Yeah.
So just do whatever you have.
Yeah.
Make sure you have normal grades that your father can look at it.
Yeah.
That was the mentality.
Yeah.
But when I was in Form 4 now,
it was bad.
It was bad. Like it was really devastating.
Yeah. No one believed you used to be smart.
When you see me, you will just see me like another damn guy. But when I got my second suspension, I went home.
Yeah.
This time, my mom was tired of taking me back to school. So he complained it to my father. And he complained it to me. Now, you know, I hate like when someone tells me, why are you doing this?
Questioning why you're pursuing something.
And you find yourself like you're maybe a victim of circumstance, or you need help on a certain aspect of it.
Yeah.
But during that time, you know, I was going through adolescence, clashes and everything. I didn't have anyone to talk to, so I was like some sort of stressed out.
Yeah.
But once I had that conversation with my mom,
and
my father took me to school, he was like, yo, I'm paying a lot of dough here.
Yeah.
So
my money is on the line.
But one thing, my father is one of the most encouraging people I know. Like he just said, okay, listen, I know you have gotten a lot of suspension, and most of this stuff now are becoming stupid.
Yeah.
So keep your head down, do the best you can.
Put in the work. Yeah.
And make sure you finish.
Yeah. So he was just interested in finishing and just not getting
I was like,
much trouble.
Because I was already in I was like in the final year, right?
Okay.
If you mess up, it means you start a whole year in a different school.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
So I actually lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Because I hated the books, my guy.
Yeah?
I hated the books.
That is final year.
Like I hated the books. Dangerous.
When a guy like you says, I lost the weight, that insists on the point of what you need to sacrifice.
Now you see your cameraman. a little bit skinnier than that one.
He's known as Oliver. Shout out to Oliver. He's a videographer, photographer, not a cameraman.
But it's the same thing. But anyway, specialization nowadays you have to put proper terms. Because sometimes if someone comes to you and he calls you
a programmer,
IT, you know, IT.
You
when
understand,
someone calls an IT guy, you know, growing up, an IT guy is like the network guy, is the Cisco dude.
The guys who install Mozilla Firefox, you see.
The guys that fixes Nani's
mouse. You know, that's a disrespect.
But I did that. I cannot hate on the people.
But right now,
I used to do Cisco and all that.
Right now, you're a computer scientist engineer. Yeah. Isn't it?
Actually, Andrea gave me a good title, a software engineer. And I'm always milking that title. I don't want to be called a software developer engineer.
Chief, you're very modest. Your accolades precedes you. Like I knew about what you do before I knew you. Do you know that?
I think you.
Are you aware of that?
I think you caught one of those guys that I made an impression.
So you finish your final year. Did you pass your exam properly?
Now let me tell you a funny story. What happened? So you know, when you finish the examination, I still had that doubt. Because like I was down by, like, remember, from a smart dude that is always in the top 10 to just a normal dude in the 30s.
Yeah.
Like I was downgraded to the point kwamba this version is deprecated. Like you can't come back, like you can't come back to life.
Yeah.
So when I finished the examination, I felt I did good.
Yeah.
But I needed to secure myself. That's why I told you that try-catch effect. So I said, okay, I tried the examination.
Yeah.
But I have to also cover the catch. So what I did is, I hit up my father. I was like, because when they gave us the school selection, because you have to select the school that you wish to go to.
Yeah.
Right? So when they gave us that one, they never told us there was an option to go to college. I saw that there was a college, Bear University. It was doing computer engineering. I said,
this is it.
Let's give up the artistic dreams and let's just...
Is it give up or just pause?
Let's say I didn't... At that time, I felt like I gave up.
Yeah.
But I still have those skills. You know, once you learn something, you can't lose.
True.
It's still around.
Yeah.
So what happened was... Because back in the days, like my mom, my sisters, my family was like, we have an engineer in our family. Like we have a future. This guy can be a doctor.
So those words still linger in your mind even when things were not working out.
Yeah. Remember, at the end of the day, all they wanted for me is to succeed. But the way they wanted it, they never asked me what I wanted. Just know, based on the job market, this kid is supposed to be an engineer so he can make money and live comfortable. Yeah. Because no one wants a kid that lives with you all the time. Like this dude is like 28. What are you doing here?
Yes.
Going to get something.
He can't afford to move out. But so, for you just wanted to be independent. You knew what the future looks like.
So my elder sister knew I was a smart dude. They just know, okay, maybe he can become an electrical engineer and all that stuff. My father was like, I have a protege. Electrical engineer. Okay. My mother, I'm like, you can be a doctor. Let's try you to do PCB and all that stuff. But now I had to find a compromise.
So PCB is physics, chemistry, and biology,
which is the subject they do if you want to become a doctor. Right?
Yeah.
Now I had to find a middle ground. Where do I sell my soul where I will be comfortable?
Because you don't want to disappoint any of the three.
Because the teachers were already tired. They knew I had prospects. But the way I was behaving, everyone gave up.
Yeah.
Even the students around me, the guys, because I had like students that whenever they talk to me, they're like, but when I talk to you, you're like, this is smart, dude. But your grades are shit.
So they didn't know they were measuring a fish outside the fishing pod.
I can't blame them. We are students. That's our measure of how smart you are.
Yeah.
The way you perform.
Yeah. You took yourself to the fishing ocean.
Now the funny story is, let me tell you a funny story. I had another guy that I was studying with. He had the same name. Like, I'm Daniel Mwangila, is Daniel Michael, so we all DM, and we are all arranged at the same way. Now imagine this dude, like this was the genius. He's number 1, number 12. Imagine that number 1, you're hiding number 20 or something. I was like, doesn't make sense. This guy was embarrassing me all the time because he was like the best dude I know, and he was the head prefect. And he was like one of my good friends.
And he was always number 1.
He was performing, and he was telling me, man,
pull up your socks.
Pull up your socks, man. I know you're good,
you're my buddy, man. You know you can be DM.
Yeah, but you don't know, like, a man is already, brain is already shut down. So, adding all of those together was like, I know so in my head I was like, I know I've done the best that I could have done, but I don't feel like it. Because I've lost the weight, and it means that even if you go home, you have lost the weight. Imagine if you fail. So it means they will say it was just exercising.
They won't understand the struggles. Yeah. So let me ask you, Daniel. So,
I didn't finalize.
Okay.
So I did the try-catch effect. I tried doing the examination, but when they told me there's a university and whatever, so I decided to compromise computer engineering. I chose the university, but I had to trick one guy that I knew in the world. Even if it happens, he will never scold me. I called my father.
Yeah.
My father was in a good mood the way he picked up the phone. Then I had to trick him. I was like, I've done the examination, but I don't believe in myself.
Yeah.
And the best way here to avoid any extra cost in the future is if I choose a university, I'm sure I would have enough grades to go to the university.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't have to go and pay for expensive high schools, 5 and 6.
Yeah.
He thought about it. He was like, okay, I believe in you.
Yeah.
And I know you are the one who did it, and I know the decision will make is fair based on your assessment.
Yeah.
The man gave me the key to the kingdom. Went and I said, my first option is university. Okay, cool. Now, when I was waiting for the results, because I already went home, I enjoyed my life, gained some of the weight back. Because when I went back, I was so skinny. My mother was like, hey, she wanted me to cry. They have killed you. So when my father came to my graduation, when he saw me, he was like, is it you? What happened? Did they feed you properly?
What is happening in the school meals?
Everyone was shocked about my weight.
Because they've been used to you having good body and all that.
Yeah, I was not that fat back in the days, but at least I had a body that was just a normal. But when you come like you are skinny,
something must be going on.
Even the wind can blow you away, my guy. I was so skinny. Now, when I was enjoying life after the shock, gained some of the weight back, I was at home, the result came out. And government institution don't know something like an AWS, they have their own servers that you may find it even has 2 GB. They want to serve the whole nation.
Yeah. How do you serve the whole nation with a 2 GB server?
My guy, there's a digital ocean machines with 2 gigs. So that's my concept, because everyone was hitting. I couldn't see the... Because my sister called me. It was like,
oh, okay.
Yo, the results are out. Have you checked? I said, no. Do you want me to check for you? Because my sister knows that stress. Deep down in her soul, she knows. And this is my sister that we cannot call her for any bad news.
Yeah.
Do you know in a family, there's that person you can call with bad news. And this man or this person will handle it properly.
Yeah.
That's not her. And she was the one that was calling me. And she was telling me, should I check for you? I said, if I failed, this person can collapse. I said, no, I will check myself.
She's that sensitive.
Yeah. So I already had a desktop, because I already had a computer, and I was doing some coding as usual, CMD. So, okay. I tried to check on the laptop. It was not loading.
Yeah.
Then I don't know what I did. But there was this trick I saw on YouTube. When I did that trick, the page loaded.
What is this trick?
I actually, you know that you have a network card on this machine. So
Yeah.
So what I did was I just took it out.
Yeah.
Like I cleaned, they say just clean the threads.
Yeah.
Those threads, whatever, sometimes you may find they're not connected properly. And back then we didn't have 3G.
Yeah, true.
3G came when I was about to go to university. Back then it was 2G.
Yeah.
So we were like loading like really crazy.
Yeah.
So I did that trick, plugged in my modem.
Yeah.
Went on the internet, it loaded. Find is a scope.
Yeah.
The first thing I saw people back then we had GPAs. I saw dudes with amazing GPAs, 4.4, 4.7.
Yeah.
I was like, if this guy's got this amount,
what do I have?
When I went, when I saw that I had a 4.0, I stood up and I said, I'm the man. They can't do shit to me because I know no one can tell me, because I was like every engineering major, PCB, PCM, whatever, even the arts, like I can go anywhere if I want it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
So like, then I called my sister. I got the 4.0.
Yeah.
My sister was more happy than me. Because she knew this guy, by the way the trade was. This guy would have failed it really bad.
Yeah. So did she also get 4.0?
Actually, my sister got back then they did a division.
Okay.
So I think she got a division 12.
Okay. That's really good.
It's a division 1, 12 point, I think.
Yeah.
Then my other sister also did 1, 12 or 11, I think.
Yeah.
Because my sisters are smart, yo.
Yeah. You are smart, dude.
Compared to me, those people can take
no,
you to school.
To you, you're just a typical engineer. You just focus on what is right, and the rest is what doesn't count. Yeah.
So,
but now, this brings me to a very important thing that I think you did, which is computing. Because now when you go to Mbeya, that's what you did, right?
Yeah, I did computer.
And now this is what you really loved.
Yeah.
And no one asked you, hey, chief, you know, we want you to be a doctor, we want you to be an engineer, but even, there's several lines of engineering, right?
Yeah.
Right? Including structural. But you just were fascinated by computers since you're introduced to Java and you do something on PHP.
Yeah.
So you go to Mbeya. Do you now start coding seriously?
Yeah.
So there are no jokes now going forward.
So one thing that I always like to say about myself is I got introduced to the code by the old guys. So when people came to me with the React and the criticizing jQuery, I was like, do you know what jQuery did? Like, do you know why most people have like that impression? I'm like that guy. I'm telling you as if I was working back in 1999.
And you're just another young guy who's right.
Just another young guy who because those were the technologies I started with.
Yeah. And you understood them.
Like to the core.
Yeah.
There was a time I did jQuery to the point that if someone came to me and I wrote for him a jQuery script, he was like, hey,
this is it.
This is the shit.
Just to give our listeners and our viewers the context, he's a guy who is familiar with technologies and libraries from Express.js, Node.js, Angular, Secularize, AngularJS, Mongoose, React.js, RxJS, NGRX, API, SQL, Alchemy, Symfony, Chai, Redux, Django, JSON, JUnit, Node, Postgres, Picasso, Angular Universal, Babel, Socket.io, Electron, Enzyme, Gulp, Rollup, Beautiful, Soup, Supertest, and is a good in these programming languages: TypeScript, HTML, JSON, JavaScript, SCSS, CSS, Python, Java, and this dude I hear he learned Scala within a week. Scala, dude. Scala
is Java, my guy.
It is, but it's kind of it's kind of interesting for someone who is used to Java and syntax of Java and is comfortable with it. Yeah.
Like what I said previously.
Yeah.
When someone comes to me and say, "Do you know Java?"
Yeah.
I will tell you I don't know that much Java,
Yeah.
but I can use Java.
Yeah.
That's the situation with Scala.
Yeah.
When it came to me, people asked me, "Do you know Scala?" I don't know Scala, but I know Java.
Yeah.
So what I did there, I told them I know Java. That's when
at least they would be confident that
they would be confident
that this guy can learn.
Then I had to learn Scala.
Within a week, you bootstrap everything and everything is working, and you're like, I get shit done.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, as a developer, you do a lot of to-do apps, but to-do apps you just do a lot of manipulating arrays.
Yeah,
it's good, but sometimes I would say it's like take on a challenge.
Yeah.
Build an API with a different language. You don't even know how to use the language. But the more you Google, the more you solve the problem, the more it actually imprints in your brain more than when you just go there, you do. Because let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Tutorials are boring. I swear.
Yeah.
Some tutorials that can just make you sleep.
Yeah.
You find and the way I know when they say beginner to absolute to advance, absolute beginner to advance,
in 10 hours.
If you don't have prior experience in any coding language, that's your tutorial. But as a person that has done, let's say you are a master of Node.js, you want to go and learn Python. Don't do those courses.
What should you do?
Because those courses will just start teaching you the same thing you already know.
And it's boring.
That's a problem. Because I've been, I enrolled in multiple courses. And they all started from beginner level. And whenever they always take you back to a beginner, you feel as if you don't know stuff. But in real sense, you know stuff. So whenever I go into, like, nowadays I'm more interested in when someone says maybe Java for Node.js developers. It means this guy will not treat me like a kid. It means he will go straight to the hard stuff. So maybe he will tell you, okay, in Node.js you do this type of interface. Here we do them like this. It's like when you are moving from AWS to GCP, then we say GCP for AWS engineers. And those are the courses like for someone that at least has experience in.
So you can see from familiar grounds to unfamiliar grounds and match it together.
And that one actually makes you learn faster. Because you basically don't start from scratch. They start teaching you this and that. No. They actually tell you, here is the concept that you have when you come from this language. But the way we do it this way.
So it's easy even to, like, it's palatable, for lack of better explanation. But Chief, you're a genius, right? I see you got like from Data Camp, you did 3 certification back to back, actually in 2 months. So the Chief here got a certificate in Introduction to SQL, Introduction to R, Introduction to Python. So you wanted to pursue data engineering at this point?
Yeah, I remember there was a time DevOps Kigali, which right now I think is called Meta. So actually they had so like what Salvi was saying yesterday, communities. So I actually got this opportunity from DevOps Kigali. They actually had I don't know, some sort of arrangement with Data Camp. You want to be a data engineer.
Through Meta, right?
You just apply. You just apply then. Go there and do the courses. I remember I did the SQL, the Python, and the R. But later on, I think because of COVID, there was some miscommunication, and I didn't know where to proceed. So I just stayed with the certificates, but did not complete actually the full path.
Okay. Because this is just introduction, right?
This was the
and as much as the introduction, I think doing 3 of them in 3 months. 3 months, actually 2 months sequence is not an easy feast. So either way, it's an impressive thing. And then you join Andela. So you talked about community. Have you been actively part of the community?
Nowadays, I cannot say that I'm active in the community.
Community needs you now that you depended on community at some point.
Now I think there was a time I just lost communication with communities. So basically, I don't know like when they are hosting or where they are hosting. So I
talk to Savi. Savi does most of these things. He's still very active.
I think I will shoot him a DM.
True.
Because Savi, since the days of Andela, he was big on
it. The community can use your knowledge, given that you're a smart guy, you're doing amazing stuff. Actually, now you're building applications that are going on production and being used on the field. And that's what actually gives people a way of learning better. And also bridging that gap between beginner to, someone who actually can build something scalable. So I would encourage you. By the way, I'm a proponent of community. I've been doing this for the last 12 years. The only developer expert in Africa. I want to have more developer community expert in Africa.
Okay, you actually got that. There was a time I actually wanted that one.
Yeah.
But when I read the requirements, I was like...
Yeah. It's crazy, right?
Yeah, the requirements are crazy.
Yeah. So I've been doing this for the last 12 years. I started while I was in second year. Okay. Most of the communities, even in Rwanda here, some of the leaders have been castigated or inspired or trained by the leaders who are members in the community. So that's how powerful community is.
Yeah.
Right now, Microsoft just opened the office in Nairobi, Google, even Andela. When they started in Nairobi, they had like 3/4 or 90% of the engineers who were part of that community.
Actually, Andela was a big thing.
You understand,
There's one thing, Andela actually changed a lot of lives.
True.
Because like if you look at the developers like at Kigali, most of them are from Andela.
Exactly.
And most of these guys are the guys that actually took what they learned in Andela and actually gave it to all of the
engineers.
Right?
Yes. So
because initially you find like most people will find will just be like Java engineers or whatever, and they find that Java is not like widely used because like Java you find maybe in places like banks or some companies that we started way back.
They call them legacy applications. Yeah.
So now when the Andela guys started doing JavaScript, most people started impacting some other people to switch up to JavaScript. Yeah. Because sometimes you may like when people started building architectures. Yeah. Like when the code base starts. Yeah. The person to blame. Yeah. Is that senior guy that actually started. Yeah. Because that's the guy that will set the base for the future.
True.
Now, if this guy is good in Java, it would force everyone to do Java.
Exactly. And even that's how most of the communities work. But community gives you a chance to even learn new stuff. Yeah. And also grow as a person in terms of your skills, your career, and everything else. But not also that, but also to know how the new guys are thinking and perceiving things. So I'm a proponent of like senior engineers, find some time. Maybe companies should also give you some time to go and interact with these guys, either help them figure out stuff to bridge the gap.
I remember I had a conversation with one of my previous employers. I was like, okay, the way developers work are like this. Yeah. Developers are communal people.
Yes.
Like community is everything to us.
Yes.
Now imagine a company comes and it tells you like, okay, we have this software as a service. Yeah. We are offering is the best. We offer APIs. We offer everything. Yeah. And we want you to use it. Yeah. But remember, at the end of the day, it doesn't come. Although the company will say maybe, okay, let's go and use that one. Yeah. But if the developer is like not happy with that one, why will he? They will also persuade them. Yeah. So I always told them the best way is you build a community around it.
Yes, because you'll get real-time feedback, and even with the agile approach, you're able to reiterate over time. And because anyway, this is the way I've come to figure out that engineering works. So engineering are smart people already. Yeah. So you can't bring them market bullshit and think that they will just consume it without questioning it. Another thing, marketing cannot fix engineering problems. So engineering problem needs to be well engineered, well thought about, and well solved. So if you bring an API, it doesn't work. It doesn't matter how much or how sweet you are with your words, that will make it work. So community plays a key role in terms of how people perceive that.
Yeah. So a big example I can take, I always take a big example when it comes to communities, Microsoft. Yeah. Microsoft open sourced the VS Code. Yeah. But the open source VS Code is not the same as the VS Code that you would download from Microsoft. Yes. So basically, the bulk of the work is done by the community. Yeah. All Microsoft has to do, because as the maintainer of the community, all they will have to do is just fork the changes, implement them on the main application, which is something that is good because it allows the people to implement features they want. Yes. Because it reaches a time, there's that killer feature that everyone requests, but you find that the software is closed. Yeah. No one can contribute to it. Yeah. Because I remember there's a day I read a tweet. Yeah. Someone posted around 1 in the afternoon, like, why don't we have this feature in this framework? Yeah. And it was like, people were like, okay, so right now we are backed up. Yeah. We haven't gotten the time to work on it. Yeah. this person went and read the guidelines of the code base.
Yeah.
4 hours later, he raised the PR.
Yeah.
Reviewed and it was merged.
Yeah.
You see, that's how things are supposed to be done.
Yeah.
Because we cannot always wait for you to make the changes.
Absolutely. So this democratizing knowledge, innovation, talent, and skill at the same time, because now you open up. It's not where like you're closed down.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think also it's interesting because I wish I get to to talk to Apple people or Apple people. So they have a very different approach to what you're saying.
Yeah. So for Apple is like, so I believe like a developer, if there's one thing if you ask any developer from most of African developers that I've met, they only like the MacBook, but they don't like all the stuff because they know, like even if I buy an iPhone, I'll still be locked somewhere.
Yeah.
Because there's still limitations. There's still a lot of limitation.
Yeah.
But if you look at Android, like this is the most open source thing that you can ever see.
Yeah.
So if you want something, you can even maneuver what you already have.
Yes.
And get what you need.
True. Yeah.
So I think maybe in the future I don't know. Maybe in the future, Apple has an idea of doing open source.
Yeah.
Because right now most of their thing is just in-house.
Yeah. They do have open source. They do consume open source.
Okay.
Yeah, you know even how they improved the Safari is by consuming Chromium. Yeah. So
you see now,
some of these things go on, and it's fascinating when you study them how they do stuff. I've tried to do my bit.
Okay, imagine this. Imagine this.
Yeah.
Like Kubernetes, Chromium.
Yeah.
This is like one of the biggest open source projects out there.
Yeah.
Imagine, and this were made by big companies that are competition, right?
Yeah.
And the same technologies is used by Microsoft, is used by Apple, is used by everyone.
Yeah.
Now imagine if these people decided to make Kubernetes a Google thing.
Oh my goodness.
Because right now Kubernetes is that thing that everyone needs to know.
Yeah.
Because like Kubernetes revolutionized a lot of stuff.
Yes.
And the more when you learn Kubernetes and you master it, you will find that this is like this solution. Because Kubernetes were like, in the evolution of microservices, Kubernetes was that missing key. Like, yeah.
I mean,
imagine if they
you can't say it enough. But also remember, still speaking about Apple, they still have a very close, tight community. You know that?
I know.
From the users to developers to even how they cater for their, support or FAQs. If you go to their, how they answer questions, they just don't dump, questions and feedback just for the sake of it. They actually do it really well in a way that you can solve a problem, you can find a very systematic solution to what you're looking for. And I think with where the world is going to, we can learn from both the Android, how they do it, and both what Apple is doing in terms of community.
Yeah. So actually, I think Apple has a perfect cheat sheet for building products and everything. They have a way of perfectioning, like they are perfectionists.
Yeah.
So maybe they are avoiding open source because most people want to know the Apple way of doing stuff. Because let's be honest, because nowadays there's like a lot of boilerplate applications.
Yeah.
I remember me and my friend when we were doing Express, we always find that when we have certain type of boilerplates, we always end like it reaches a time it just does not serve us well.
Yeah.
So in the end, I just told him, if they can't give it to you, build it yourself.
Yes. Be a pirate.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we are living in an open source community, right?
Yeah.
And everyone, and we are also like have this, because every developer has a blog and every developer has an opinion.
Yeah.
And if one developer that is famous than other developers says that this is the way I do stuff and this is the way I prefer.
This is the only way.
It becomes coveted. This is the way we do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So sometimes it just gets like, especially when new developers are coming in, you find, maybe Todd did this.
Yeah.
Maybe Travis did this. Maybe this. this is how I'm going to do it from now. So if you don't have like communities where people can actually discuss and say, okay, this works for certain for scenario A, B, C, D, but you can also take this and evolve it to be more tailored to your company or to the project that you're doing. Yeah.
And I mean, that's very, very powerful, because when you think about what is happening in the ecosystem, is that even companies that have been there for some time, like Microsoft, they're starting to embrace things like JavaScript. They're trying to embrace a new approach in terms of how you work, open source. And I don't know if they're genuine about it, because after GitHub went to Microsoft.
Actually, they're genuine. They are very genuine about developers. They have invested in developers, because let's be honest, 60% of all the tools and everything we use right now is Microsoft.
Yes.
NPM, Microsoft.
Yeah.
GitHub, Microsoft. VS Code, Microsoft.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
Like these are our daily drivers. We live on this stuff, right?
Yeah.
But I also have this story about Microsoft that I always tell every friend I have. Like, you know, like C#, like everyone is like C# is like a knockoff of Java. And when you look at it, the syntax is the same, right? But that design, you know, the design of C# is the same design of TypeScript, right?
Yeah.
Now, when JavaScript was at its peak, everyone was like, JavaScript is
the real
bomb
deal
right now. Like, there's no type checkings, there's no whatever.
Yeah.
Then this guy, since you bashed the C#, I feel like this guy sat down and said, I'm going to mess you up.
Yeah.
Came with TypeScript. Now, TypeScript is like that golden standard.
Yeah.
Because it has those type saves and the type save codes and whatever.
Yeah.
So whenever I tell this story to like a new developer, everyone is like, you're very knowledgeable. But imagine I'm just assuming stuff here.
Yeah.
But Microsoft is a developer product. Right?
Yeah.
Everything.
I know developers will respond to this at some point because they don't think so.
At the end of the day, let's be honest.
Yeah.
When TypeScript hit the market, everyone was like, it will never take on.
Yeah.
But if you look at TypeScript, the documentation and the evolution of TypeScript and the power it gives you in writing. Because when we use ES6 was basically sugar and whatever. But you couldn't do those advanced class stuff.
Yes.
Like interfaces, and those were needed features. TypeScript gave you that.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, to be fair, all those things, when you think about it, they are really trying, but they could do it better.
Yeah, I know.
With intention. Because when you come with Copilot and you charge for it, and you know that model has learned from people's innovation, it's not an honest approach. It's okay to make business out of these cases.
Actually, on that aspect, I hate that.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, if they are scanning our public repository.
Yes. You know, that's IP. That's intellectual property. It's just that you trusted them with the intellectual property.
But at the end of the day, did you read the terms and agreement of when you signed up for GitHub? Okay,
we can go that route.
Okay, and at the end of the day, this is what we call the power of open source.
Yeah.
Is your public repo not open source? If you didn't want them to scan it, put it privately.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you something about public repos. One thing I like about public repos.
Yes.
When the recruiters come to your GitHub and they look at your public repo, this gives you more, like it gives you a more chance of getting a gig or a job.
Yeah.
But I came to realize recently that I have more private repos than public.
Yes.
And when you try to, let's say, there's this thing they have in CodeRank where it shows the amount of code that you have written and the experience, right?
Yeah.
You find out if you have a lot of private repos,
that is
no one
is
seeing anything.
Yes.
They just see the greens.
You see what I'm talking about.
But it's not.
But it's a psychology approach, and it could be done better. I'm not saying that all those things are wrong because they didn't exist before.
But at the end of the day, if Copilot is for developers, why should we pay for it? And if they say the maintenance cost is expensive, we can contribute in the code. We can write the code. There are people who know AIs. They can do training models and whatever.
Yeah, I think there's a discussion to be had there. And also remember, there are people who contribute to open source not because they want to be paid or they're looking for a job, but because they want to share the solution.
On the other side, let's be honest. which developer is broke? $10, come on. Because for me, I pay like $25 for JetBrains every month, and I'm the happiest person in the world.
Because it serves you.
Yeah. Copilot. If you want it, pay for it. It does the job.
Yeah. So there's a discussion to be had there, no doubt. And I think that's why we are having this discussion, because we are the one who's going to change the way things are.
One thing that I always like to put it out there.
Yeah.
Like, do you know there's a lot of developers that are creating content, right? And remember, these developers are creating content at their own free time.
Yes.
They're creating powerful open source project at their own free time.
Yeah.
No one is paying them.
Yes.
Example.
Yeah.
Faker. Do you know what happened to the Faker guy? This man, the story is, this guy actually, the house burned down. He had no money. But Faker is used by Google, by everyone.
Yeah.
The guy got pissed off. He removed the Faker. He deleted it. GitHub was like, they returned the repo, kicked him out.
Oh my goodness.
Because you can't do that. Even if you are pissed, you can't do that. In essence, this is already, there are some people who are living in production with Faker. They wanted the whole world to fail.
No, but also look at it this way.
So where I'm going is this. We are not, like, most developer jobs pay well. To at least spare $50, at least give people like $5, $10 makes a difference.
Yeah.
You see?
Yes.
So that's where now we come, even in the case of Copilot or whatever.
Yeah.
There are some great tools out there in the world.
Yeah.
Because remember, we are not even paying for VS Code.
Yes.
And we use it every day. Like, this is like our...
There's no paid model?
No?
Free, okay.
If you want to paid model, you have to take a Visual Studio.
Oh, okay.
Visual Studio is like an IntelliJ for Microsoft.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Never understood how to use that stuff. Never.
Yes.
I think they need a different approach, but you can actually buy a you can pay a subscription there. Yeah. It's a good tool. It's intelligent.
Yeah.
If you know how to use it.
Yeah.
But for me, I still stick with IntelliJ because I've used IntelliJ multiple times.
Oh my god, IntelliJ is next level kind of innovation.
Yeah, but you can even turn your VS Code in like that, right?
By the way, now that you're talking about IntelliJ, have you heard of Space?
Yeah, I'm waiting for it, man.
It's there. You can try it, by the way.
Yeah, Space is out. We're waiting for the other light one, a VS Code version of IntelliJ. Fleet. I think it's called Fleet. That's the one.
But check out Space. It's cool. We are playing around with it at Africa's Talking.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, they also have U-Tracker and everything.
Yeah.
So they have a good ecosystem, actually.
Yeah, and also to take you back to what you said about the developers' house burning down, I think also in these some of the experiences that actually make companies make decisions and think about, their community. So they introduced GitHub sponsors. I don't know if it's live in Rwanda. It was live.
Nah, I actually use GitHub sponsors.
Yeah.
That's how I paid for that Faker guy.
Okay.
So he always gets my $5 each.
Nice. You see? Yeah.
There's another guy. Back then he didn't have a job. Maybe he will listen to this one day in the future.
Yeah.
There's this guy who created a really nice table.
Yeah.
Like a calendar library for Angular.
Yeah.
I used this library for a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
And back in the days, it was like, if I reach this amount, I will just quit my job and just dedicate my time full time.
Yeah.
I gave him $10 and whatever. But right now, he's working for ClickUp and he still maintains that one. So what I'm saying is, at least these are our tools.
Yeah.
If we have the money to give someone,
let's support it. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, when these softwares, when these tools are not updated or they are not maintained,
you are the one who will suffer.
Yeah, and you will hit Twitter and you'll be like, why is this not working?
True.
Why can't we do these features?
Yeah.
We make them open source for a reason. If you feel like you can contribute.
Yeah.
If you feel you can not contribute code-wise, but you can contribute at least $5.
Yeah.
Because people might think $5 is small, but remember, there are like 100 like me who have the same sentiment.
Yeah.
That let's give this person $5.
Yes.
You find there are 200.
Yeah.
So this person can live.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you find that there are some guys who are just trying to find a job, and this was like a proof of concept or something. Then it became famous.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes even sometimes, you suffered for like 2 hours trying to find a solution for a problem.
Yeah.
Then you go to this blog.
And you find a library.
Or you find this guy has described this problem really nice.
Yeah.
But he asks you to buy him coffee.
Yeah. Please buy. Yeah. Do you think also people like Stack Overflow should also consider that? Because I know a lot of developers use Stack Overflow.
Now Stack Overflow. Now let's not get it twisted. You can't pay everyone. Yeah.
But you should not use everyone's solution if that's the case.
Now listen.
Do you know, by the way, if Stack Overflow went disappeared today,
we will still build a portal. Developers are like cockroaches. You cannot kill us.
Even with the nuclear.
We are there. So take your Stack Overflow, we'll build another one. Because that's the same thing as we have dev community the website, right?
Yeah.
We have Stack Overflow. I don't think they need cash because Stack Overflow has a business behind that.
Yeah.
And even those ads they put there, the amount of developers that visit those sites.
Yeah.
They just make money for the.
But I'm saying this. Get it from me. Yeah. I've been in the ecosystem for some time. If Stack Overflow was like, there's no Stack Overflow, do you know how many guys wouldn't have a job? Immediately, because guys have, and it's a good thing anyway, because developers are lazy. How many guys have solved most of their crisis bug just through Stack Overflow?
I think, a lot.
How many guys have learned on the job? And learning on the job is that
let's be honest, like
copy pasting and then figuring out how to refactor.
With the way we call VS Code like our coding Bible.
Yeah.
Stack Overflow is that Jesus. Because
a reference book.
In the morning right now, I can tell you up to now I've gone through like 20 Stack Overflow pages.
There you go. Yeah, so and at your level, you are senior engineer, right? Yeah. And I'm not saying people, it's a way of just saying, don't just be redundant.
Actually, being a senior does not mean that you don't Google. Google is a part of the job.
Make Google your friend.
Imagine you have written a linked list all your life. Now today your boss wants you to write an array. You already forgotten.
You need to refer to your friend.
Ask Graham, my Java mentor. This guy does not even know an array list. Yesterday we suffered for 2 hours. Moving Stack Overflow pages. So Stack Overflow is a big thing.
Yeah. But do you guys do post answers on the Stack Overflow?
Yeah, actually have answers.
Yeah, nice. Because if you are giving and taking, it's good. Yeah. It's like community. You can't just...
I have an Angular answer that has been giving me juice all this time.
Nice.
So sometimes it's like this. Okay, sometimes you go to a post, you find this guy posted maybe 2 years ago. Maybe they have updated the library. There's a different way of doing it.
Yeah.
So I either help them edit the answer, or I just raise another answer. I say, okay, based on this answer, if you have this version, you can do A, B, C, D. Then it works. And the good thing about the community around Stack Overflow, you will find like someone, if you help them, they will at least uplift your answer, leave a comment if they want more details. Yeah. So I've been through that, and it actually makes someone feel good that you have
people relying on you.
Imagine when you look at those stats, said you have made an impact on 16,000 people. Something.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
And some of those have millions and millions of, Yeah. I mean, that's good. So, Mwangila Daniel. Yeah. Did you get someone after suffering a rejection?
Developer relationships are weird.
Developer. I like how you're putting it.
There are some people that have, I don't know, they got the right algorithm. Let's put it in dev terms.
Yes.
Like they know how to work the template.
Yes.
There are some that are having successful relationship, but that's not me actually.
Yeah.
I had a couple of
flings.
I tried to get a couple of relationships, but they never worked out.
Yeah.
And the funny story is, all those relationships were like 2 weeks. Now there was a friend of mine, he was like, so you did the boot camps. So I like to call them boot camps. So I just decided, okay, so now I live with that one of that Solomon quote, that everything in its own
time. Yes.
So I don't believe you have to force this type of stuff.
True. Yeah.
Just relax, be yourself, meet people.
Yeah.
If it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
It's not as if you can...
it's between life and death.
Yeah. But there are certain people who to be a developer, it gets lonely.
Yeah.
But you also get a relationship, it gets stressful.
Chaotic.
Because my friend...
So is it a catch-22?
Yeah. I remember I had a relationship when I was a developer at Andela.
Yeah.
During those trainee days. I needed to give Andela my 200%.
Yes.
Now you find someone is calling you during debugging hours. And I know when I say debugging hours, you understand. That is midnight, 1, 2. You are still debugging, trying to get a product to
you're wondering, what is this guy doing?
And so most ladies want attention. And it reached the time like most ladies don't know what we actually do.
Yeah.
They just think that you sit in a computer, you
Googling,
don't think a lot,
watching
you just
YouTube.
Google and whatever. There's much work to it.
Yeah.
And you find it is very consuming.
Yeah.
You find once you finish like solving 10 bugs or putting out 100 fires, you're already tired.
Yeah.
You go back home, you just want to sleep. Someone hits you up like, let's go to the Mela, let's go here, let's party and whatever. But if you know how to do the work-life balance, because a lot of female developers, I don't know how they do it, but they have mastered work-life balance. Yeah. Because for me, I can't even, for me, if I see a bug, I have to get rid of it.
Yeah, men can't multitask, so...
Yeah, so we have to give it up to the ladies, actually.
And also you need to get a supportive lady who understands and helps you with multitasking and stuff.
There's always something that I always tell everyone.
Yeah.
To be a developer is... It's a lifestyle, actually. It's not as if it's a job, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
So when you get someone that understands your lifestyle, you won't get issues. Because I remember I had a conversation with a senior developer.
Yeah.
He said it reached a time he was doing a lot of work until the wife was like, you are cheating. You know, and the wife also works in like international companies, so she's well read, she's educated. So what the guy did is, my calendar, your calendar, merge.
See what I deal with here.
So you want dinner? Look at my calendar.
You have to look on that appointment.
You have to book it.
But how did that end?
They are strong. They have been
now there is more openness. They have been
married for like 12 years, 18 years. Because there's this guy actually gave an insight to his life to his wife. So his wife knows like this man at this time has a call, let's say at this time.
It's not like he's avoiding me or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a friend of mine who actually had a relationship for some time. He got married last year.
Yeah.
Like he's like one of those guys that is my role model. I think it was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Now he has a kid. Whenever I call him, now he works from home.
Yeah.
But after he had a kid, now he works from restaurant. Because the kid and everything.
Chaotic.
It's chaotic.
Yeah, I mean, that's very impressive. So you're parting shot, Daniel, to the upcoming engineers. But before that, where do you think the future of Rwanda tech ecosystem is?
Actually, the Rwandan guys actually they have the cheat code. Like the community in Rwanda is so solid. Like anyone who comes outside, like let's say foreign companies that want to invest more in developers. Yeah. You should come to the communities. There's a lot of smart people out there.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, there's that time like I did Andale, right? I went to other freelance gigs. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know like a lot of programming languages and I'm aware of a lot of it. Yeah. But whenever I go to this community, you find someone that is brand new, like this guy will tell you, like what Savi yesterday said, this guy will tell you something, you are like, how didn't I know this? Yeah. So this person actually challenges you, so you have to improve yourself, right? Yeah. So the developer ecosystem in Kigali is strong, and it will continue growing stronger because we are getting a lot of a lot of people that want to be developers. Yeah. But what I can encourage also is in the communities, a lot of people are not actually encouraging more women. Yeah. Because we also need them.
How do we encourage women?
Actually, I think the approach we take in introducing, let's say, girls or to coding is it's like let's say you don't know squat, and you just throw someone like React, Angular, and this is that. So I think the approach, we should approach it in such a way that you give them steps until they get to that groove.
Yes.
When they get to the groove, now they will choose what they want to use.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you may find, because I know there's a female developer that is actually good in Java, and she's Java certified. I was like, from now on, you are my hero.
Yeah.
No one can tell me nothing.
Yes.
You, right?
Yes.
But she was given the time.
Yeah. She was putting in the work.
Yeah, she was putting in the work. She was given the time.
Yeah.
And that's how we're supposed to do.
So you're saying, as much as you're taking them slow, step by step, and they get it, they also need to put their best foot forward in terms of learning and putting in the work.
Yeah.
Nice. What is your parting shot?
Where can I get that one?
Yeah. Don't need to think about it. Like, if someone said you're speaking to, I don't know, maybe 30,000 developers who are in Rwanda, what is that one thing that you tell them?
So I'll tell them the same thing that my Forex mentor told me.
Yeah.
Consistency
Yeah.
does not mean you are winning, does not mean you are losing.
Yeah.
But you are consistently improving.
Yes.
We are not invested in the wins. We are not invested in the loss.
Yes.
We're invested in the improvement.
Yes.
Growth mindset.
Yes.
So stay consistent.
Yes.
If you say you want to solve 100 problems in 100 days, stay consistent on it every day.
Yeah.
The more you do it, the more you improve.
Yes. I mean, that's the guru, but I will add into that. And I think I say that in the community all the time. Consistency is a key in everything, not only engineering, but even artistic work, which comes with creativity, skills, and the ability to solve problems. But Daniel Mwangila, who is an API guru, a genius, a guy who does, languages, various languages to solve problems, and he has solved it even at BBOXX. He's building amazing stuff. He says he believes that attitude is everything. Whenever someone has a positive attitude, he or she can make anything possible. He believes in the potential he has, and if he uses it well, he can bring a big impact in whatever environment he will be working in. And that actually can apply to anyone, virtually anyone across the world.
I actually stole that for my sister.
Oh no.
Actually,
Amazing stuff. Amazing
sister
stuff.
gave me the first Bible to use.
Yeah. I would love to meet your sister, by the way. Can you make that possible maybe with time? Because I would like to meet this lady who inspired such a genius to be a programmer.
It can be organized.
Yeah, we were heading in Tanzania next week. Where is she based?
Nowadays she's in Kigoma. She's a teacher.
Kigoma is way south, right?
Yeah, way south.
She's a teacher, you said?
Yeah. So I have two sisters that have inspired me. The first one is now a teacher.
Yeah.
The second one just finished her mathematics masters 2 years ago.
Yeah. And both of them are computer scientists?
Yeah, they all did computer science.
Okay.
Like in my family, the women are the best mathematicians I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Because my mom, her mathematics skills.
She used to teach mathematics?
Yeah, she taught mathematics.
Amazing stuff. You're blessed, bro.
Even my father is a mathematician.
You know, there are women make best teachers, especially for sciences.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So you're blessed. You're blessed.
Yeah, I can't complain.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I know you're a busy man. You are, most of the solutions here rely on you. But nevertheless, you made the time for us. We don't take that for granted. Thank you so much. So without further ado, thank you so much, guys, for joining us throughout this. I hope you learned one or two things about Rwanda tech ecosystem. This is supported by Africa's Talking podcast. Africa's Talking provides you communication solutions such as USSD, SMS, airtime, data bundles, among other solutions. And we're bringing you soon Ilarian, which is a data platform. Especially now there's GDPR. And check out on that in the coming months. And I'm your host, Michael Kimathi, in collaboration with Impact Masters podcast. And we are covering stories and tech ecosystem across Africa, ensuring and telling the stories the way they are, the way it is. And that's me. That's my time. Thank you.